If you're looking for an organization to run something into the ground and destroy goodwill along the way, then MLB is your league. If you want weird new rules, a commissioner who clowns his own trophy, and owners who are greedy to the point of choking out their very own sport, then Major League Baseball is the place for you. And although the sport has tried to get itself to tap repeatedly, I will say there is a hell of a lot to like about it right now. You've got the Dodgers looking to successfully defend their title. Nobody's done that in a couple of decades. And they're still the team to beat. And the ones looking to knock them the hell out just happen to be their once again, on again, bitter rivals. A couple of hours to the south in Fernando Tatis Jr. and the Padres. And the best thing, you go, Rit. Man, stay strong, old man. The best thing about the Padres is that this is not just some one-man wrecking crew or a one-star team. Far from it. And if you think that, it's because you have not been paying attention. Because they didn't just sign Tatis to that massive deal in the offseason. They also brought in Yu Darvish from the Cubs, Blake Snell from the Rays. What that is your 2020 NL Cy Young runner-up and the 2018 Cy Young winner, and the Padres, of all teams, got them both this offseason. They added the guy who led the NL in wins last year and the guy who was on the mound for Tampa Bay in Game 6 of the World Series. Freaking Padres, of all teams, did that, which is incredible. But it's not like the Dodgers stood pat. They won the World Series, then they went out and they signed the 2020 Cy Young Award winner. So one team gets the runner-up, the other team gets the winner. That is the very definition of an arms race. Hey-oh. What I'm saying is this. The Dodgers' rotation is so stacked. They've got Dustin May in the 5-hole. They've got David Price and Tony Gonsolin coming out of the bullpen. I mean, believe it or not, while the entire sport might turn on the 5 freeway, and it might, and it pretty much is, there are still other things happening. Like Francisco Lindor making his debut for the Mets against the Nats, and he's doing that after agreeing to a 10-year, $341 million deal last night. So how big is that deal? Let me put it to you this way. Remember how everybody freaked out when Nando got the deal he got? Remember that? Yeah, well, this deal here is worth more money and fewer years. It's that big. It's that significant. It's the kind of deal the Mets absolutely have to make. You can't bring in a guy like that and then let him walk. If you're going to be a serious organization in a serious market, you have to pay serious money for serious talent, and new owner Steve Cohen just did that. Big-time statement by the new owner. So, respect. And yes, the Mets are very easy to crack. And yes, I do it all the time. And not because it's easy, but because those dopes deserve it. I don't even like doing it. I'd rather not do it. I don't like doing it. They leave me no choice. However, the very premise behind this show is, always has been, and always will be, if you do something really stupid or reprehensible, we're coming for you. But if you do something really respectable, we're also coming to hype you. And right now, that is a serious move by the Mets. And I commend them for it. Because a deal like that says you aren't just looking to contend for a year, you're looking to contend for a decade. And you're willing to pay the price to do so. So, credit to the Mets. Opening day is not, though, just about the Dodgers or the Padres or the Mets throwing their cash around. It's about the players. And it feels like for the first time in a long time, baseball has some young stars who are, in fact, must-see TV. Starting, of course, with Fernando Tatis Jr. He saved the Padres season in the first round of the playoffs against the Cards with this titanic and iconic blast. I'm telling you, am I or am I not fired up about baseball? I'm spending a lot of time on this. And not just that guy. How about Cody Bellinger? Talking about a full season of Mookie Betts with the Dodgers. I'm talking about Ronald Acuna Jr. Oh, and I'm talking about a guy who some of you have forgotten about. Juan Soto. Remember that guy, the Soto Shuffle. Remember the dude who goes into the batter's box looking to fight somebody. That's not me just saying that for effect. That's him saying that back in 2019. Quote, I just think it's a fight. Just the pitcher and me, end quote. Yeah, that's pretty cool. What do we have here? Likes to fight batter. Because part of baseball's biggest challenge, right, is that no single regular season game really matters that much at all. It's not. It's not an event. You don't drop everything that you're doing just to see a regular season game of baseball. But you might if there's a possibility that Soto might give the pitcher the hands 4 or 5 times a night. Then you do have yourself an event. Not that I condone it, but opposing pitchers probably are better off trying to get this guy outside the box because they can't get him out inside of the batter's box. Again, this is a guy who hit 5 home runs in his first World Series, and it was a World Series when he celebrated his 21st birthday. How stupid is that? And then how much better is he going to get? Well, we got a sense last year, right? Because if you're Juan Soto, you come back and you become the youngest player in NL history to win the batting title, and you post the kind of numbers that Barry Bonds used to rack up, and Bonds was roided out of his mind. And yes, finally, I do understand there are collective bargaining issues that need to be hammered out, and that face-to-face meetings are supposed to start this month. And if I'm being really honest, I fully expect Major League Baseball is going to find a way to ruin all of this at some point with a labor stoppage because that's what they do and no one does it better. But I'm not going to let that ruin my morning. I'm not going down that hole today. Not today. Not today because it is opening day and even MLB cannot ruin that. I want to enjoy it for as long as they will let me enjoy it. And yes, I just opened the show with a baseball take. And you know what? It actually felt pretty damn good. Let's play ball. It's game day.